Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Callie, and today I am going to be going over my March TBR. I accidentally neglected to film this previously, so I'm actually already halfway done with my set TBR, which is to read the 10 books that I have on my TBR card. So I've already read 5 books this month, which is really good considering I think today is March 8th. I'm having a really good reading month thus far, but I'm also trying to get a ton of reading in before I move at the end of the month because I don't expect to be reading a ton while I'm packing up my entire house and moving. So I do have another 10 books that I've set aside for my TBR. The first 5 books I'm going to go over are the ones left on my actual TBR, and then the other ones are just ones that I can maybe hope to get to later this month. So without further ado, I'm going to go with the book that I am currently reading, which I technically haven't even started yet, but the bookmark's in there, so it counts. That is Lore by Alexandra Bracken, and can we just appreciate how pretty this book is, because I love it. This is the Fairy Loot edition, and yes, I take off my dust jackets when I'm reading a hardcover book. It's a habit because I want them to be pretty and pristine. So Lore is almost like Percy Jackson meets the Hunger Games, and that's all I was told about it, and that's honestly all I know, and that's all I care to know, because just that concept of the Greek goddesses and gods participating in a Hunger Games, I think it's like every 7 years in New York City, sounds so good. And this is a standalone, so I'm very ready to dive into this. The next book that I have is one of Brittany's books, actually, that I've had for probably way too long, and that is The Good Luck Charm by Helena Hunting. This is a adult romance book that I've been wanting to get to for some time, and this basically follows I believe this is a second chance romance, and the guy tries to get back with her because she was his good luck charm when he was a professional hockey player, and she wants nothing to do with that, which is fair. So I'm excited. I've heard that this is steamy as all heck, and I kind of want that. So I want some fluff. I've been reading a lot of high fantasy lately, and I have a lot of high fantasy still on this list because I'm trash. But you gotta sprinkle in the little things that aren't high fantasy like this. So I'm excited to get to it. The next book on this list is actually a reread, and that is Ash Princess by Sebastian. I'm trying to reread this entire series because I have yet to read the finale. I'll hopefully get to that in the next couple of weeks, but I really want to dive in again to this world where we follow Theo, who has basically been a prisoner in her own country when her mother, the queen, was killed, and these, like, I think they're like Anglo-Saxons come and take over her country, and she's given this name of the Ash Princess because she was supposed to have fire and they burnt it out, and what's left is ashes. So this is such a dark book, and I've loved the first 2, so I'm really excited to dive right back into this world so that I can finish out the trilogy. Next, I have Darken by Kiersten White. This is I believe this is a gender-bent Vlad the Impaler story with fantasy. And that's all I know about it. I've heard really good things about this series, and I'm really excited to get to it. Plus, I think the covers are super pretty. I'm just excited to get to this. These have been sitting on my shelves for way too long, and I want to read them. The next book that I have on here is Dance of Thieves by Mary E. Pearson. I just finished The Beauty of Darkness, which is a part of the Kiss of Deception Remnant Chronicles. It has 400 names. I finished that last month and I loved it. I cried. I will probably do a review of all the books I read in February later this month, but this is the companion series. I think it's a duology to the Remnant Chronicles, and I absolutely loved Mary E. Pearson's writing, and I loved that world, so I'm so excited that they don't quite have to leave that world to this one. So I know we're following different characters. I'm assuming our other characters will make cameos, but I love this world and the writing, so I'm very, very excited to dive back in. And our Serpent and Badger book club pick for this month is 10,000 Doors of January by Alex E. Harrow. I have no idea what this book is about. I think we've decided to go with standalone books for our book club this year. We're trying to do different things every year. We have no idea what we're doing, in case you guys haven't caught on to that yet. But this book is it's so pretty, and I've heard really good things, and it's a standalone, and it didn't come out this year, and that's kind of the only criteria we're working off of. So that's all I have. The next book I have on this list is Master of One. This by Jaida Jones and Dani Bennett. This was the December Fairy Loot. So I'm trying to slowly catch up, and I think after this one I will be fully caught up on my Fairy Loot. So very, very excited. Once I finish lore, I'll be all caught up on my owl crates as well. So very, very pleased about that. But yeah, I'm really excited. This is it's been pitched as a Six of Crows-esque novel with fae, and that sounds awesome, and I love books about fae, so I'm ready. This is so shiny. The next book that I have on this list is Gravemaidens by Coon. This has been on my radar for some time, and I've heard mixed reviews. This basically follows a girl whose sister is chosen to be a grave maiden, which is a select group of girls who will go into the tomb when the emperor dies, and so therefore they die with him. And she tries to find a way to save her sister from that fate. And I really like the concept. It feels very Egyptian to me. And I feel like I don't get a lot of Egyptian-esque stories, and I find all of that history extremely fascinating, the lore, the mythos, and all of that. So I'm hoping to get those vibes from this book. Plus, again, just that cover is so pretty. Plus, I think this one's signed. Yeah, this one's signed. So that's pretty cool as well. Next book that I want to pick up is A Touch of Ruin by Scarlett St. Clair. This is the sequel to A Touch of Darkness, which is an adult, very adult Hades and Persephone retelling. This is, if you like Lore Olympus meets smutty romance, this series. That's what this is. It's great. And I really enjoyed A Touch of Darkness. I read it last month, so like I said, I'll do a review later this month of all the books I read. But it was just so good and so refreshing for, I guess this is technically paranormal romance? I have no idea. I feel weird saying that I like the paranormal romances, but it's such a fun series, and I love the mythology of Hades and Persephone. It's such a beautiful story. So when I heard that there was this series, I wanted to pick it up. However, didn't know at the time this series isn't over. The next book, I think it's book 3, comes out in like 2 months. So I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna be heartbroken because I'm gonna have to wait a couple months to finish this out. And I actually don't even think that that's the last one. So my heart's not ready because I love Hades and Persephone. And the last book on this list, this book has been staring at me since I got it for Christmas, and that is From Blood and Ash by Jennifer L. Armentraut. I've heard such good things about this. I've heard that this gets you out of your ACOTAR slump if you like Sarah J. Maas. I believe this is vampires, forbidden romance, hate to love, just all of the fantastic tropes rolled into one. And I've heard just such good things about this book, and I'm ready. I'm so ready to just dive right in and love this series. I have the first 2 books, and I'm just, I want to get to it. It keeps staring at me, and I haven't had time to jump into it. So I'm hoping this month I'll jump into it, if not next month. So those are all the books that I plan to read in the month of March. Let me know down below what books you have on your TBR this month, and what books you're looking forward to coming out. I'm really excited to dive into this TBR. I've already had a really good reading month, so I'm hoping to keep that momentum going. So yeah, that's gonna be it for today's video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel. We post videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday, and I will see you guys in our next video. Bye!